All right, everyone, we are going to be working on our assignment called Planning for a Personal Narrative. And so basically today's lesson is I'm going to demonstrate for you how you might plan for a personal narrative. So when you open up your assignment number 4, you're going to click on it and first read the directions. So you're going to click here to make a copy of the assignment. You're going to choose one prompt or topic from slide number 2. Then you're going to fill in the text boxes to plan for your personal narrative according to the prompt topic you chose. And then you're going to submit your slideshow assignment using a link. And if you don't know how to submit assignment with a link, watch the video below. So let's go back to that step 1. We need to click here to make a copy of the assignment. It's going to force you to make a copy. When you click make a copy, you're going to get a blank slideshow. So the first slide is right here. It's the title slide. When you go to the next slide, it's going to ask you to choose one of the following prompts. 1, write a personal narrative story about a time that you were really proud of yourself. It could be something really big, like you saved your little cousin from drowning, or it could be something small, like I passed a math test, or I helped my mom with dinner, something that you did that made you proud of yourself. You could also choose number 2, write a personal narrative about a time that you learned to do something you'd never done before. Maybe it was learning to tie your shoes. Maybe it was learning to ride a bike. Maybe it was learning to multiply fractions, whatever it is. Or you could do number 3, write a personal narrative story about a time you were really scared and how you got through it. This could be something like, the first time you stayed at home by yourself and you heard a weird noise. Could be the first time you rode a roller coaster. Could be having to take a free throw that decided the basketball game. Or it could even be just, I had to take a math test and I was really worried about it. Probably sensing a theme for me with the math test. But then you're going to get this third slide. This is your actual assignment slide. So you're going to fill in your name and your topic. And remember, you just choose one of those topics, one of those prompts. Then you're going to fill in who's the main character. Since it's a personal narrative, it's probably you. But you might have another main character in your story. Like you're the main character, but you might have some supporting characters. The setting. Notice these are both green because they happen in the exposition, that same place. Where is it? When is it? Like, is it a specific year? Is it a time of day? Is it the day before Christmas? What's important about the time period? And then what? What is the conflict? Notice this is the biggest box. This is kind of where most of your story is going to happen. The climax or turning point, where do things change? Where's that, oh my God, like this is really going to work out for me, not work out for me, that turning point of the story. Then your falling action, what happens as a result. And then this resolution, that's that why, the theme. It could also be, like we studied yesterday, the extended ending. Remember the reflection on a memory, a feeling, something you learned, something that caused you to grow or change. So I'm going to demonstrate my planning for my personal narrative so that you can kind of understand, and I'm going to talk you through my thought process. Now remember, this is a plan. It's not the actual essay. This is just a plan that you're going to use to write your essay. So I'm going to fill in my name. Of course, my name is Miss Naz. My topic that I chose was a time that I was really scared. So who's the main character? Well, it's a personal narrative, so it's me, of course. But there's one other person that's involved, and that was my sister-in-law. So I was 13 when this happened. My sister-in-law, she was 22. I should have put that in there. She was and continues to be pretty bossy. She doesn't take no for an answer. And so when I think about that time period, it was also important for me to note I was a people pleaser. I didn't want people to be mad at me. I definitely didn't want my sister-in-law to be mad at me. So I just went along with whatever she told me to do. The setting was at Six Flags on the Shockwave roller coaster. And when? It was 1989. So it was before the Titan, before the Superman ride, before a lot of those big rides. And the Shockwave was the ride. It was the scary ride. So what is the problem? I had to ride a roller coaster for the first time with my sister-in-law, and I was terrified. There was a huge long line, so my anxiety was super high. You know, when you have to wait for a long time, you just start thinking and thinking and thinking how terrible it's going to be. I was trembling, I was crying before the ride, and then when we got on that slow climb up that huge first hill, I thought I was going to throw up. I thought I was going to, and the whole time my sister-in-law, Tammy, is just laughing at me and just thinking it's so funny. Well, we started down that first hill, and I screamed my head off all the way, one continuous scream from the first drop all the way down around the corner and up on that first loop, just screaming, pure panic, terrible. I thought I was going to die. But then on that second loop, I noticed my screams turned to laughter because I heard my sister-in-law laughing. And suddenly I felt like maybe she wasn't laughing at me. It was a different kind of laugh. And I thought, I am hanging upside down on a roller coaster and I'm fine. And my screams kind of turned to laughter. And then once I started laughing, I couldn't stop. And so the rest of the ride, I just opened my eyes and I enjoyed it. I could feel the wind on my face and my hair flying through the breeze. And I just was so happy to have conquered this fear. And I realized it really wasn't as big of a deal as I made it. And so that extended ending is that decision. It's that realization that the fear that I had built up in my head standing in line was much worse than the actual event. And now, 30 years later, I still remember that because every time I have to face something difficult, I remember that my fear about the event is usually way worse than the actual event. And so no matter what I'm having to do, it's going to be fine. All right, so you're going to fill in your copy, and then you're going to submit it through a link right here. So you will submit with your link. If you don't know how to do that, watch this video or come to the live Zoom, and I will help you. Even if you just need to zoom in at the end of another class, you can come and I will help you. Okay? All right, happy planning.